Majority of individuals I work with have been females. I would say like mid-senior leadership level
Hmm.
professionals, so very ambitious uh, individuals that are good at what they do, and sometimes their minds get in their own way on
Hmm.
from where they are to where they want to go. A lot around mindset.
Cool. So right now, when you're thinking about these,
Welcome to Career Coaching Secrets, the podcast where we talk with successful career coaches on how they built their success and the hard lessons they learned along the way. My name is Davis Wynn, and I'm the founder of Purple Circle, where we help career coaches scale their business to $100,000 years, $100,000 months, and even $100,000 weeks. Before Purple Circle, I've grown several 7 and 8 figure career coaching businesses myself, and have been a consultant at 2 career coaching businesses that are doing over $100 million each. Whether you're an established coach or building your practice for the first time, you'll discover the secrets to elevating your coaching business.
hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Career Coaching Secrets podcast. I'm your host Rexhen, and today's guest is Heidi Weber, a people and operations consultant, professional coach, and organizational development strategist who helps leaders and professionals navigate change with clarity and confidence. With a rich background in leadership development and a passion for creating intentional growth, Heidi partners with individuals and organizations to align purpose with action, whether they're facing complex transitions or simply ready for their next bold step. Currently advancing her expertise with a master's in leadership and organizational development and multiple certifications, Heidi brings powerful questions, active listening, and deep curiosity to every conversation. And it's a pleasure for me to have her on the podcast today. Welcome to the show, Heidi.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Heidi. So I wanted to ask you right now, for every other coach that is listening, Heidi is doing it part-time. So I wanted to ask you, when it comes to you starting this field in the career coaching industry, so it's been about, I guess, a year, more than a year that you started working part-time.
Yes. Yeah.
What actually inspired you to get into this field or like become a coach and start doing it part-time?
So I got my bachelor's in psychology, and I've always been pretty interested in psychology and just human development. Then after graduating, I worked in recruiting for about 5 years. So I worked with a lot of people on the job market, continuously doing some business development as well. So helping with both aspects, candidate side and the hiring manager side. And then after tech took quite a bit of a hit, and I wasn't wanting to really continue doing that forever, I got certified in neurolinguistic programming and mental emotional release. So it's an integrative therapy approach. And there I learned a lot more about mindset, neuroscience, kind of that aspect of coaching where it lit me up and I followed what excited me. And so then I ended up back in school to start to fill the gap and bridge between, I guess, that skill set that I had and where I wanted to take it. And as I've been in the master's program for coming up on 2 years here, almost done. The first year was a professional executive coaching program, and I loved that. So it's a nice tie between my strengths and what I already know, my passion for people enjoying the work that they do and living more of a full life, and psychology.
Cool. And so right now, when you're working with your clients from the company, I think that we don't have to mention it, but when you're working with your clients, going through your coaching journey, which is that part, what part of going through that coaching journey do you find the most rewarding since you started this doing coaching?
Yeah, the most rewarding part of coaching is really when you are partnering with a client and they have the light bulb moment or the epiphany on how they maybe have been showing up, or any other big insight or awareness that really you can see a physical shift. And I would say that's part of it. So just being able to be there for someone's like deep growth is truly honor. Like it's an honor.
Absolutely. So right now, how would you describe the people that you're working with? Do they fit some sort of an industry or demographic? What is that type of client that you're working with right now?
Yeah, majority of individuals I work with have been females. I would say like mid senior leadership level
Hmm.
professionals, so very ambitious uh, individuals that are good at what they do, and sometimes their minds get in their own way on
Hmm.
from where they are to where they want to go. A lot around mindset.
Cool. So right now, when you're thinking about these types of clients, how would you like for anyone that wants to work with you and is listening to this podcast, how does it work? Is there a certain program? Obviously, they would have to get through Rich and Hired, but how does the program work? Is it of a certain length that they work with you, or how would you explain that?
Yes. So we could take two approaches. Through the program, that is a 6 month program right now.
Hmm.
I would say it depends for me. I generally will, on my own, I guess, individually. I also would do more of an engagement, about 6 coaching sessions, and that can be through over a cadence of 3 months, or it depends how close together you want to have your coaching sessions. I would say the closer together they are, the quicker the thought cycle is going to be. But with that extra week between, it does add a little extra room to implement some changes because it can take time. So I would say it varies in these two programs.
And when it comes to marketing, I believe most of it right now is done by the company where you're working as a subcontractor. So mostly you're getting the clients from the company that you're working for. Do you also happen to sometimes get clients that are coming directly to you?
Yes, I do work with a mental health organization as well. So I do some coaching there. And then I also have worked with previous peers and previous peers more. A little bit of word of mouth. No marketing
So
right
right now,
now.
are you thinking that looking into the future, are you thinking that you want to expand? Like, how do you see the future goals for the next 1 to 3 years? Do you want to like go full time on it and start getting more clients independently, or you just want to get more companies where you can be a subcontractor? How do you see that?
I have been I right now I would like to find my own clients in the future. Right now, as I'm finishing school, I'm not rushing to do that though.
Hmm.
I'd be open to subcontracting as well, as if someone asked me directly, I can do that as well. So I guess I'm leaving the door open right now.
Hmm. And you're like going through your degree right now. I'm just thinking because the next question is more focused on challenges. With your degree, what is a challenge that you're trying to solve for next in the coaching business? By that I mean, let's say if the goal was to kind of get more people coming to you directly instead of from the company that you're a contractor for, what would you say it's holding you back from it? Or is it just that you need to finish your degree and everything will just flow naturally after that?
Yeah, I would say the time
Mm.
and energy to balance it all.
This is mostly timing, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, for the most part.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you for that. And the final question is, when it comes to other coaches at your level right now that are doing it part-time but also studying and getting their masters, what advice would you give to those coaches when they're looking to further scale their impact?
Further scale their impact.
Yeah, so they basically they want to through their coaching they want to touch more lives, make more impact. How would you like what advice would you give to them that are looking to scale this impact? So when you think about impact, basically, um,
I'm thinking it through for a moment.
yeah.
I would say probably to find someone that is doing what they would like to be doing, and
Hmm.
kind of go from there. So
Cool.
finding a
Thank you.
mentor or someone to, showing that it's already done and that you can do it.
So basically finding, just like your coaching clients, you'd find a coach for you because a coach can also have a coach.
Yes, definitely.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Heidi. And thank you so much for taking the time to come into our podcast today. And for anyone who wants to connect with you or reach out to you, they can go into your LinkedIn, Heidi Weber. They'll be able to find you there. Is there any other way that they could reach out to you or connect with you?
Yeah, on LinkedIn. And then I have my email as well is Heidi@findingthesolace.com.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Heidi. It was a pleasure having you on the
Yeah,
show.
thanks for having me.
And a note for the editor, the podcast episode will end here. So Heidi, let me know if there's any feedback overall on how I think the podcast went, or if there's maybe anything you want to change, anything you shared you didn't want to share. When I was not sure if we wanted to mention Rich, and I was not sure if we wanted. So I was just like not sure, but if you don't want to have that, you might potentially always edit it out, or anything else that you feel like you mentioned that you didn't want to mention, we could always edit that out. It's always an option that you have. You can always think about it because it's going to take about a week and a half to 2 weeks before the episode goes out. But if there's anything that you think shouldn't have gone into the podcast, we can always edit it.
Okay. I'm thinking about the
Anything
rich
that-
and hired aspect just because it's not my coaching business.
Mhm.
To speak on it is hard.
So you don't know, you're not sure if you're supposed to mention or.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, normally you're just giving them free marketing if you
Yeah,
think
that's
about it.
true.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't think there's any, we're not talking bad about them. We're just like mentioning them. Yeah. I feel like that's going to be okay. So as soon as the podcast goes out, I'll just email you with a link for Apple Podcasts, the link for Spotify, and a YouTube one as well. So you'll get that on your email in a week and a half to 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
But until then, thank you so much for your time. Yeah. Let me know if there's anything else that comes to your
Yeah,
mind.
thanks for having me. This was a first for me, so appreciate it.
Yeah.
I am curious, what do you find as you've been interviewing coaches for how long now?
3 months and a half, so it's not been that much, but I've just done too many episodes for that period of time. So I've done 160 podcast episodes so far within this period of time. So what was the question
Curious
again?
on what have you found maybe the most surprising or interesting as you've spoken with coaches across?
Interesting as in like what they're doing.
Yeah, I guess because it's career coaching secrets.
Yeah, so it's not just career coaches that I interview. So what I found interesting is that there are coaches that are doing very specific type of coaching. So I've had a coach in the podcast. His name was Tom. He was focused on helping men get back to having conversations with strangers outside. But it's just like, think about before we had iPhones or before we had our phones, we would just potentially just talk with people. But now we kind of lost that. So I was trying to focus on bringing back the opportunity to just like break the ice with people and just talk with strangers comfortably.
Mm.
Which is something that kind of rarely happens
Yeah.
nowadays. So that was an interesting and very specific type of coaching. I've also had coaches that were so specific, like, or they were niche down, just help software developers that were team managers get to the next level. So you can think about it. There's not that many people, but yeah, that was also interesting. There's been coaches that have been opera singers that turned into career coaches. And so, yeah, different beginnings, but yeah, always interesting conversations.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you, when it comes to the people that you work with, do you find that they are of a specific industry or of a specific demographic or have a specific goal? How would you define your ideal client profile?
My ideal client, or most of the clients that I've worked with, are at a point in their career that they are ready for more of a transition, whether it's into a new type of career or new industry, and really taking more of a strategic approach to how they can position themselves for a little bit bigger of a jump.
Cool. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
That's it for this episode of Career Coaching Secrets. If you enjoyed this conversation, you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening to this episode to catch future episodes. This podcast was brought to you by Purple Circle, where we help career coaches scale their business to $100,000 years, $100,000 months, or even $100,000 weeks, all without burning out and making sure that you're making the impact and having the life that you want. To learn more about our community and how we can help you, visit joinpurplecircle.com.